Creed Aventus in 2020, probably the most cloned fragrance in all fragrance history, yet has remained the king the entire time. Not only is it cloned, but it's also been inspired by many fragrances, such as this, for example, Bleu de Chanel, the original EDT released the same year as Aventus was, 2010. Many fragrances came out after, such as Dior Sauvage and many others out there. Now, these, like I said, smell nothing alike, in my honest opinion, to Creed Aventus, yet they do have the similar DNA breakdown. They're very fresh fragrances. Now, I will admit, I have used, not many, only one particular Creed Aventus cologne, and that was Club de Nuit Intense Man back in the day. So, this is more of an unboxing / first impressions review coming up right here, and that is, of course, Creed Aventus, as you can see right here. Now, I assume this was a 2019 batch, just by reading the batch code. I fully don't understand how batch codes work for Creed, but, and that goes for most fragrances in general. I just don't pay much attention to, batching, but I guess it matters for Creed because they're never consistent with their batches. A lot of people complain about that with Creed, but I'm alright with it, I like having differences in batches, In this sense, I like this batch as it is. Now, this batch, particularly, I got from FragranceX.com. They do different, markdowns on prices. It's usually never the full price, full retail. You'll pay a little bit less than what you normally do pay retail, which is nice about FragranceX. Now, Creed Aventus goes for around $400 retail. I paid about $375 online for this, which was a pretty good deal, I have to say. I like that. I was surprised to find Aventus even on the gray market, but not even just Aventus, but any Creed house of that matter. But I found it on there. I looked at FragranceNet.com before, and they didn't have as much of a deal as they did with this, and that was nice. From what I've heard, FragranceNet.com usually has better deals, but in this case, FragranceX had it. So I went ahead and bought it off of FragranceX, and they shipped very quickly, which I liked. I got it within about 2 or 3 days after buying it online, and here it is now. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and read out the batch code. Maybe someone can help me out with the batch here. I think it's a 2019 batch. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I don't understand how Creed does their batches and labels them, but if someone wants to help me out, that'll be nice. My comment section is open. So the batch code we have here is A4219Z01N. So I believe that is a 2019 batch, but I'm not exactly sure. This particular batch is really nice. I got lucky with this one. Like I said, I blind bought Creed Aventus. I've never smelled it in my life other than the cologne, particularly of that particular cologne would have been Club de Nuit Intense Man. I liked it. Based off of smelling this, and like I said, I'll go ahead and show you it. This is a 100 ml bottle. Here's the front of the bottle in case you can't see, and there's the back on this one. And these are legit bottles. FragranceX is a legit retailer. Of course, then we have your Creed pamphlets here. I'm not going to read them off just to save time because, yeah, that takes a little while. But I'm sure you can pull them up online. Is this upside down? You can pause the video if you want to read it. I don't know if it's going to focus. If you're going to even be able to read that. But there it is right there. And here's the Creed, other Creed pamphlet right here. You can read the information on that there if I get it to focus. I don't know if you're interested. Anyway, so this comes with it, as it does with any other Creed fragrance. You're always going to get those Creed pamphlets, and I thought those were really cool additions. This is my very first niche house. Most of my fragrances are all, they are all designer houses. I don't know if you would consider Club de Nuit a niche or designer. I know it's not a designer, so I don't know what you would consider it. I guess it would just be a clone house. Anyway, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for even trying to consider that a niche house. because I know there are some diehard fans out there that are fans of niche, and I do enjoy it. This is my intro to the niche world, you know. Anyway, so this is the 100 ml bottle, as you can see right here. There's the back. Just a little information on that. It's in a different language. It's in French. The only thing I can read here that's in English is from father to son since 1760, which is really cool. I'm glad I got this because I heard Creed had sold their company out. I forget the name of the company they sold it to, but I managed to score a bottle that was still owned by the family, which is nice. So yeah, there's Creed box. Here's the bottle right here. I'm not gonna spray it right now. I sprayed it earlier on my hand, and I really like it. The very opening was very fruity, a very distinctive pineapple. There's a bergamot. That bergamot is pretty strong in here. I heard people complain about the 2019 and 2020 batches. I do enjoy this one. People complain mostly about the 2020 batches. I haven't heard a whole lot about 2019, but there has been a lot of complaint with the 2020 batches. This one is on the opening, it's a very nice combination of smoky, that smoky birch, and that, I don't detect a whole lot of apple. That apple, if there is apple that I'm detecting in here, it's kind of like a, almost like a sour apple feel to it. But I like it. There's the pineapple that's very distinctive in the opening. It smells very natural when comparing it off, even though I don't have the bottle on me of Club de Nuit and Tennis Brand based off of scent memory. It's a very synthetic fragrance. This is a very natural. As expected, it's Creed. It's literally 60% of, if I read online, 60% of their fragrance oils are all natural based. So that's really cool, in my opinion. And that may play a role with why batches are never consistent. But I'm alright with that. Some people complain about it. I don't necessarily complain about it. But here's a full detail if you want to look at this again. There's the back there. I love this fragrance. I mean, I really do. It really blew my. It kind of blew my mind away when I first smelled this. It was excellent. That pineapple is beautiful. The smokiness is there as well. It's not too smoky. It's not too citrusy. It's a very nice, well balanced fragrance. And you know, it's beautiful. But yeah, the first few hours are very a little more citrusier. Then the citrus kind of dominates a little bit more in there, but it's also balanced at the same time, if that makes sense. And then I've had this on my hand for about 3 hours now. The citrus seems to die down a little bit more, and that smokiness comes out a little bit more, which is really nice, and I love that smokiness. So I love the opening, and I love the dry down on these. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm a little bit nose blind to it because it is very powerful, because this thing, it doesn't have any performance issues, which I kind of expected. It's just, do go a little bit nose blind on this one because it is very powerful when it comes off. But it is an excellent fragrance, and definitely, if you can't afford Creed, maybe go for some of the alternatives out there. Eau de Chanel, Dior Sauvage, some of those are great fragrances. They smell nothing like Creed, but they're great alternatives, if that makes sense. So, you know, it's an excellent fragrance. I would recommend it if you can afford it. I really splurged on this. I mean, I would have never thought I would have gotten my hands on a bottle of Aventus, but I did eventually, and I've been collecting since 2016, so yeah, we've come a long way, and finally I've introduced myself to the niche world, and I am not disappointed. You know, where I live, fragrances aren't super popular. I'm about to be moving within about 2 weeks from now, and moving even more less urban area, and fragrances aren't generally very popular down there, so I think this will be a very unique scent. So I would recommend this one. However, if you do live in a city, I probably wouldn't consider this one, like New York. If you live in New York City or Chicago or places like that, you know, this one wouldn't probably be very unique. However, if you live in a suburban area or a country area, I guess, this would be pretty unique. And where I'm moving, this would definitely be very unique. Where I live, mostly designer fragrances and such like that are very popular. Not too many places where I live where you'd be able to find this. So, in my personal opinion, I have no problem wearing this one. A lot of people complain about the uniqueness on the scent because everyone and their dad has smelled this fragrance and probably uses it. But for me, it's different in my case, and yeah, I think it's worth checking out. I don't think you're gonna regret it. It's an amazing fragrance, and what more can I say? Boy, is this a pain to put back in the box, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's got like 2 flaps on it, so it's like, it looks like that, the inside. So I'm having to fix that. There we go. Yeah, push it down. Anyway, I'll read off this batch code again if you're interested. I know I read it out in the beginning, but batch code is A4219Z019. I mean 9, not 9, but N. So A4219Z01N batch code. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be doing some more reviews out here. I'm gonna do a performance update probably in a next video and do a full review. This was just more of a sneak peek, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe and comment down below. I would appreciate it. Thank you.